Even though many protagonists are overpowered and people recognize their true strength, however, all they wish to just really live is a simple life and a peaceful life, away from battle and just do what they love. But of course, we all know that it's kinda impossible for them to get to that point, as there is always events that trigger. Today's video will be recommending 10 anime where the overpowered protagonist wants to live a peaceful life. If you're new around here, then please make sure that you subscribe to the channel with the notifications bell icon turned on to stay up to date with the latest anime news and recommendations right at your doorstep. Now, without keeping you all waiting, let us begin with the video.
では、存分に第二の人生を楽しんでくれ。
Starting this list off with an anime series called Farming Life in Another World, which is a brand new series currently airing this season and it's developed by Studio Zero G. It's probably one of the more simple concepts that you could watch, as it's about just the protagonist isekai to another world, and he was granted one wish, any wish that he could ever want, and he chose to live in a peaceful place, being a farmer. He plans to build and farm everything from scratch, gradually developing the lifeless area into a thriving new society, as new people join to assist him into building his ideal dream farmland area where everyone can also live. But the question is he overpowered? Well, I guess you can say he has a magic farming hoe that can pretty much do more than just farming. But if you do want to watch a show that requires no thinking and just to relax, then this is exactly what you should check out. Next up on the list we got is Aria the Scarlet Ammo, developed by JC Staff in 2011. This is a series with gunfighting action, taking place in a prestigious academy where students go and learn to become a bute or an armed detective. The protagonist Kinji used to be a high-ranked bute, but decided to simply drop out to live a more pleasurable life doing what he likes, until his talent was actually recognized by a classmate of his named Aria, who wanted him to become her partner. What He Don't Know Aria gives us is a premise about, as generic as it played out, as it, it kinda is full of entertainment filled with good characters and a lot of action. How those two protagonists will work together as a team to get the mission done is quite unique and somewhat special, and I think you guys will actually really enjoy it. Studio PA Works is personally one of my favorite animation studios in the anime industry, most notably for their work on Scarlet, which is probably one of their best anime. An ordinary high schooler named Yu wields a special power, eye power, that actually allows him to take control of someone for a mere few seconds, and he pretty much used his ability to cheat his way through school exams and tests, so he's kinda using it for fun and just getting by. That is until he gets busted by a classmate of his named Tomori, who offered not to expose him if he joined her club, and helping to stop other people with special abilities just like you so they don't abuse their powers. Remember though, this is just the mere beginning of the story, as it will then shift to something more exciting and more tragic, which you don't want to be missing out on. This has probably one of the greatest harem protagonists and also one of the most badass characters in anime history from the series called The Fruit of Grisaia. Kazama Yuji is the protagonist who wishes to leave his past behind and live a normal school life by entering a girls' academy. Disguised as a student, he is in fact a veteran soldier or assassin, if that's what you wish to say. As a kid, he has trained and killed, but now he is living a normal life. Probably it won't be easy that way, as he is about to go through each side story of the female cast, exploring their issues and helping them solve their problems that may involve action. A lot of action happening. This show is at the top of the harem genre, I tell you, and that is why you should all watch it. The story of Kekkai Sensen is not very complex. It can be simply described as an organization of superpowered people fighting against disorder in New York, which has now turned into a supernatural zone between the underworld and also the real world. What makes the story so good, however, is the execution. The way it goes about the episode by episode is definitely not textbook monster of the week type predictable battles, where they have, to simply find some weakness that was only apparent to the main character. This show has the artistic flair and character writing to shine, and each element of the show embodies the theme of what made New York City an ideal melting point of cultures and ideas, from a diverse cast of characters to many different genres of music as well. Alderamin On The Sky isn't an overly impressive anime by all means, but it is so enjoyable for what it is. It's a military strategy themed anime which focuses on the cruel reality of war, politics, and how our main character Ikuta makes his legendary entrance by displaying his superb talents and as a strategist. This anime was actually quite the surprise, where it was presented at first as a typical battle harem anime, but instead it brought us an anime about tactical warfare and two rather very unique main characters. Alderamin is mainly focused on the war between two neighboring empires and the struggles of Ikuta and his comrades fighting in the war. Besides the ongoing warfare, though, between the two countries, there are also tensions within the empire and other battles with various clans. Bloodlad is created by Studio Brainbase, and this is arguably one of their greatest anime productions that they have adapted, as it features a powerful vampire, the ruler of the eastern district of the underworld named Stas Charlie. But the only problem is that he is extremely lazy. Spending all his time in his room playing video games or watching anime, he just wishes to live a simple, boring life where no problems persists. But that all changes when a girl from the real world gets isekai'd into his domain, completely lost, as she asks him for help to return back home. Now the adventure begins, where Stas Charlie leaves his house to assist the girl to find her way back home. But of course, there will always be some challenges along the way, where we are about to see the true power of a vampire lord. Yo, 元気そうじゃねえか。久しぶりだな、信玄よ。Mob Psycho 100 is one of my all-time favorite series that recently came to a complete end, where the anime actually fully adapted the manga, and it's sad to see a masterpiece go, but of course all good things must come to an end eventually. Mob Psycho 100 tells the story of an ordinary human named Kageyama, but is also known by the name Mob, who wields powerful psychic abilities with destructive capabilities, yet he only uses his powers outside school when it comes to exercising bad spirits on the loose who are terrorizing other people. But of course, with the help of his master Reagan, they together solve the mystery and daily issues of hunting down spirits. But there is a lot more to the story than that unfolds greatness down the line, as there is more than just bad spirits out there. Is This a Zombie is an anime that abuses genre cliches. It's horrendously inconsistent, shockingly violent, and has some of the most uncomfortable shots on several occasions. But it is easily one of the funniest anime that I've ever seen. I honestly really couldn't contain my laughter ever since the dynamic and hysterical first episode. But what makes this anime so special is, as I've mentioned, is how it abuses genre cliches such as harem, shonen fantasy, and fan service. Keep in mind though, the anime seemed to kind of flow only over its jokes, but there was no development of any sort whatsoever other than it's purely comedy based, just to get laughs out of this anime, which truly it never really failed to do that. protagonist also has the power to turn into a zombie, but not just any normal zombie. He's even weak to sunlight and can transform into a magical girl with immense strength. And now, to end things off of this list, I'm recommending to you all is the Classroom of the Elite, which I'm sure many of you have watched or at the very least heard about. Though a series such as this can't possibly be forgotten about since we all know it's getting a third season this year. Classroom of the Elite takes place in a very prestigious school with an unforgivable system where low-scoring students actually get expelled without question, and only the smartest or strongest stay on board. With various challenges and tests that take place, each class must work together in order not to fail. The protagonist among them all is special, Aino Kuji. He's not really your average guy, but a highly intelligent, silent, and observant character who sometimes strikes fear with surprises into the eyes of the enemy. With piano and calligraphy, I'm very sure you can be just like Aino one day if you train hard enough.
お前のデジカメは故障していた。
なんでそれを？
壊したのは俺だ。証拠が残らないよう水を使った。
Looks like you just made it to the end of the video and witnessed 10 anime where the overpowered protagonist wants to live a peaceful life. If I have managed to leave any anime out in particular that you thought would be a great to show on the list, then please let me know in the comment section down below, as I'd love to hear your opinion, or just comment down below what you thought about the video in general, as I'd always appreciate the feedback. Enjoy the rest of the day, and I'll be seeing you all in the next one.